Hello there guys, it's Map Dominus, and today I am going to be opening the Godzilla Pack of Destruction. Now, this is like an old battle pack. Like, this was released back in like 2003, I believe. And this is basically a small pack of mini Godzilla figures. Now, the reason why it's rare is because, well, it didn't sell well, so there probably wasn't that many, and because there wasn't that many, this thing has become sought after. Now, luckily, I managed to purchase this very cheap of $76. I guess it's not that cheap, but oh well. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? So this was one of the very first things that Bandai released, and as you can see, here are all the figures in the box. It's all very handy. Now, if we take a look at the side here, it does a promotion for the Crumble Zone, which was another battle pack. It came with all of the figures from JMK, otherwise known as Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack. It's a long title, that's why we call it JMK. It came with buildings and stuff. It was very nice, but from what I can tell, this is even more rare. On the back, we have the Wave 1 of the classic Godzilla figures, like Gigan, Burning Godzilla, Mothra, and the very first Godzilla from 1954. Now, believe it or not, I actually have this Mothra, but it was like a re-release, the ones that you can find in Walmart, basically. So, yeah, it wasn't the original one, it was a re-release, but even so, I have that figure. So, yeah, let's get this open now, shall we? So, first things first, I am going to cut this because I want to keep the box. The box is a very rare thing, so I'm just gonna try and... That wasn't very safe. Alright, there we go. This is much safer right there. Much safer. So let's open it. There we go. Oh, and out comes the toys. Yeah, come on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, here we go. So as you can see, here we have all the figures. We'll take a look at these individually, but as you can see, it's all in one little... Oh, it's a little bit ripped here. It's all in one package. There we go. Oh. Yeah, rare figures, and I'm not putting too much care into them. Maybe if I just lay it down like that, yeah. There we go. Now, before we take a look at the figures, I just want to make a quick mention of the box art. The art is pretty fantastic. It's like this fire breathing down, and you can tell it's supposed to be coming from Godzilla, but it's a bit misaligned. Then again, it's because I opened this thing, so yeah, it's empty. You can, yeah. So, let's get on to the figures, shall we? So here we have all of these Godzilla figures. As you can see, we have a pretty decent roster of Gigan, Godzilla 1954, Mothra as a larva, and then we have the regular Mothra, Manila. We have Burning Godzilla, the two versions of Destroya, Mogira, and Manda. So yeah, these are basically the roster here for the Pack of Destruction. First, I want to take a look at Burning Godzilla. Alright, so this here is Burning Godzilla. If the camera would focus, let me get it to focus here. Because it actually has a lot of detail here, so let me see if I can get it to focus. Focus. There we go. So as you can see, he's got fairly a lot of detail. You can see his eye. Now, there's no articulation for most of these figures, so yeah, it doesn't really move around that much, but he does look pretty nice, well painted, just like the movie. He's pretty cool looking, yeah. Next up is Gigan. Now, Gigan here, he's pretty good looking as well. He's got a fairly nice battle positions. The wings here are a bit rubbery. I don't want to break them. And yeah, just so you know, most of these figures are made of like soft vinyl. So, you know, they're very small, but they're very made of soft vinyl. And Gigan here, he looks pretty nice. This is obviously the one from the Showa period. So, yeah, there's Gigan. He looks pretty nice, well painted and stuff. Next up we have Manila. I don't know why. Why did they include Manila? I have no idea why they included Manila, but he's fairly decent painted, but I don't like how he's got this brownish color to him. It's like Manila was sort of gray in the movie, not this kind of poop color. And also, what's with the expression? He looks a bit derpy with that expression now, doesn't he? Next up, we have Mothra as a larva, and she looks pretty decent as well. She's got, once again, no articulation, but she's painted pretty well, although her eyes do not have any sort of color whatsoever, so it's not blue when she's happy or red when she's angry. Now, on the bottom here, get a lot of suncha cups, and it's yeah, it's kind of weird. There's a lot of little holes. I guess someone with trypophobia would be kind of scared. And there's also copyright. Yeah, these toys are copyrighted, made in China. Well, yeah, you know, that's Mothra for you. But then we have the adult one. Now, I don't know if this is the one from the Showa period or from the Heisei era, but one thing is clear, she's beautiful. She's got wings, and she looks very nice. Although I wish they would have painted the legs too, but then again, maybe that's how they were in the movie, because they were kind of fluffy. But overall, she's adorable. She's nice. Next up we have Mogira. Now, Mogira here, her eyes are actually kind of painted, but it's very, very, very light yellow. I wish it would have been, you know, actual yellow instead of those. It just doesn't look like it's painted, even though it is. Maybe it's because the toy is very old, you know, and the paint kind of faded. But the difference between her and the other figure is that she actually has some kind of articulation. She can move her arms all the way like this, but not much, because, you know, the legs don't move at all. So it's kind of funny how it's the only one that has any sort of articulation. But yeah, painted fairly nice. It looks like it's silver, and yeah, although the blue is a little bit too light. But then again, like I said, maybe the paint just faded. Next up is Manda. Now, Manda here, he does look derpy. I mean, yeah, look at that. Yeah, those eyes are not painted very well. Maybe it's just this one. Maybe the others are actually pretty great, but the one I got is, does not have very good painted. But otherwise, the rest of the thing looks pretty decent, I guess. Again, it has that sort of poop color, but like, I don't mind. It has these feeler things that I feel like if I'm not careful, they'll break off. It is sort of bendy. Most of these figures are bendy, but highly do not recommend bending them because you might break them. They're not that kind of soft toy. Next up is the 1954 Godzilla. Now, the 1954 Godzilla, they got the best paint. It's got the nice sculpt, and it also looks fairly cute. They did a nice job, especially with the dorsal plates here. Definitely looks nice. Now, I thought it was also articulate. Oh, actually, yeah, it is. This also has articulation. Nice. So, Mogira and Godzilla 1954, they have articulation, so you can move the arms, all the way across. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, the legs you cannot move. Tail, no, unless you want to bend it. But like I said, do not bend these guys. These guys are not that good. Alright, here we go. We're on to the final two. Here's Destroya. Now, I mean, yeah, he's Destroya, alright, but like, it's not really painted too well. It's not painted as to what it was in the movie. Like, Destroya is mostly red. This guy is mostly black. Like, not even a darkish red. It's kind of just jet black and stuff. The wings are slightly painted, but like, you know, it still kind of looks too dark. Not to mention, his horn here is white, and so are his eyes. Although his eyes are just a tiny bit yellow, the horn here is just the wrong color. This Destroyer is kind of the wrong color. But the sculpting for it is pretty nice, I guess. And there are some good paint applications here. So I would say it's a pretty good figure. It's just kind of the wrong color. And of course, there is this one. Now this one, he looks pretty great. Now obviously, once again, it's kind of a wrong color because Destroyer's red, not black. But he does look fairly cool. And from what I can tell, this is probably the only time Bandai has made like the sort of crustacean form of Destroyer in any form whatsoever. And I would say it looks fairly decent. And looks scary too. It's got that predator mouth. Oof. Wow. So overall, I would say these little tiny figures are pretty great. You know, children are definitely going to play with these. Of course, the Pack of Destruction's a pretty rare item, at least in the box. From what I can tell, you can find most of these guys individually on eBay. They're a little bit pricey for what they're worth, but otherwise, you know, by themselves, they're all great. If you find them in the box, though, that's rare, alright? That's pretty rare. Because, you know, if you find them in the box didn't sell well, and I'm assuming that the people that are selling these are the ones that already owned it, opened the box, and the box is long gone destroyed. But, for me, I think I'm going to plan on keeping the Pack of Destruction box, simply because, well, who knows if we'll ever see one of these again. So, you know, maybe if they'll open up a museum and I get to put all these boxes in them, it would be great. Maybe someday that'll happen, but for now, you know, I'll keep it in my closet. So yeah, if you want to pick these guys up, try looking on eBay. You know, you might find one that you like, one of them, because trust me, you can't find all of them. But who knows, maybe you will. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.